So we've already talked about introduction to the walk. Let's go ahead and build on some of that. Before we add, let's go ahead and review. Crane spread swing walk is definitely more of a transition of weight than it is of a walk. Normally when we walk, we just lean forward and let gravity take over. For crane spread swings itself, we want to make sure that we're placing a foot down and we're pulling ourselves forward. So the weight itself always stays on the back leg until we've made that transition. And that transition is going to help us when we get to doing water and air. So if you haven't practiced doing the walk, I'd recommend that. The water and air piece, your water will start right at about your tian-tian. Your other hand, go ahead and just put it behind your back. You don't need to focus on it right now. As we take that first step out, we're placing the foot down, toe, heel. As we shift our weight forward, we're then going to push our arm out into water. As we take the next heel, toe, as we shift our weight, arm comes across the body. As we take our next step, toe, heel, we're shifting forward as the arm comes up. We finish that shift as the hand comes down. We then pull that leg up. As we put heel, toe, and shift our weight forward, our arm is extended, and we bring it back towards the center as we bring our legs together. Some key points to keep in mind. When we're doing water and air, water itself is very much a resistance piece. So the idea is that we're sort of pushing water one direction. As we push it in a direction, all the force is behind it. So as you change directions, then you're going against that force. You're redesigning that force to go the opposite direction. So instead of it being a consistent weight, it's a weight that goes up and down. So as we do that walk then, it's very much connected with that shifting of weight as we move back and forth. So our arm is not necessarily stagnant, it's actually building up to go against the weight that we just moved. So as we go from one to the next, the idea is that we have that resistance that either speeds up or slows down. The resistance will always be there. You'll either have it going in your direction or going against the direction. When we do air, it's different. There's still resistance, but that resistance is of air. We've always recommended that if you had an opportunity to drive with your window down and you put your arm out and you just sort of lift a little bit, your arm will shoot up, or if you move it down a little bit, it'll come down. That's very much the feel. There's still resistance there. There's still air. It's just going a lot quicker. As we connect with air then, having that resistance both of water and of air is important, but separate. So much with our symbol, there's the yin and the yang. You want to have a differentiation. So the idea is that as you begin and you're shifting forward with water, having that resistance back and forth. As you get ready for air, you're coming up. As you shift forward, you're coming down. It'll be a quick up, down. Then as you bring your leg forward and stretching into that piece, from here, sliding the leg up, you're going to bring the two together at the same time. So that resistance here should also be felt here. We've talked about the air and that resistance of putting your hand out, going up and down. If you have an opportunity to play in water, the idea is that as you push water, you have that resistance. Think of it as like a dolphin. A dolphin will be building up that momentum so that it can jump out of the air or jump out of the water and go back in. It's that resistance then of moving something through liquid. So if you have that opportunity to play with water, it's another wonderful example and pairs well with putting your arm out the window. Probably not to do at the same time. Showing crane spread swings from the side, same concepts. The idea is that as you shift your weight, you're extending out, making sure that you're keeping sort of an up-down motion. Shift, closing it together. Same concept, starting in your horse stance, taking that first step, allowing that transition to be what guides the hand, using that resistance. It's quicker for air, pulling it together.